Welcome back to SportsLine here on News Channel 5 Plus. We're talking Titans football. Preseason opener tomorrow night in Baltimore against the Ravens. Would love to know from you who you'd like to see tomorrow in action. Which new player, or maybe an existing player, a player you've seen for a while, but who you want to see the most tomorrow night? For me, it's Malik Willis, followed closely by Traylon Burks. But I got to go with the rookie quarterback out of Liberty. Can't wait to see what he can do on the field for the Tennessee Titans. 615-737-7767 is the number to call. Would love to hear from Titans fans tonight. Let's light these phone lines up. It's almost football season, folks. If you want to talk UT, Vandy, Middle Tennessee, SEC football, whatever you got, we've got you covered tonight on SportsLine. All right, as we said, we're likely not to see Ryan Tannehill play much, if at all, tomorrow night against the Ravens, but Tannehill's been having a darn good training camp, and you can bet he's got a chip on his shoulder given the way his season ended last year with the 3 interceptions against the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC Divisional Playoff game at Nissan Stadium. Ryan Tannehill meeting the media on Monday, giving his thoughts on what he's seen and done in Titans training camp so far.
Your off-season medications.
I'm going to stay out of all that.
Stay away from it.
Yeah.
Ryan, how different does this camp feel compared over the last 2 years? With, does it feel like the NFL's maybe back to normal after dealing with all the pandemic issues, early morning testing, et cetera?
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, with the protocols gone, and then being able to have some fans out here at training camp is a lot of fun. It feels back to what used to be normal. Being able to be around each other in the locker room and not have all the protocols, and then feeling the energy from the fans and support from the fans out here at training camp, it feels really good.
Make it easier this time of year?
No doubt. When you're able to come out here and you got a little bit of support from the fans, and it's not just the same mundane thing every day. Definitely gives you some energy, and it's a lot like playing in front of your home fans at the stadium. You want to go out there, you want to do well. You feel the energy and support from the stadium and the people supporting you.
You guys attend practices in. What do you like about what you've done so far? Maybe what are some areas that need to still be cleaned up?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of good things. I'm really happy with the progress that we've made throughout this training camp. Guys that are stepping up for us. Guys had opportunity to make plays and have been able to make them. The progression of the offense, where now we're getting into that kind of second layer of offense, where we're not just calling a play and running. We're getting up there, we're making checks, changing some routes, and guys are sticking with me. We're able to make those adjustments, whether it's moving a formation or just changing the route. Our guys are operating. So to be able to do that where we're at right now and continue to build on that is going to be huge for our success this year. So proud of our guys, even some of the young guys who are getting on board with that right now. And just got to keep the foot on the gas. We've done a lot of good things, but there's still a lot of things that we need to clean up and be more efficient at. So proud of our guys where we're at right now, but got to keep the foot on the gas.
Derek's work is limited, obviously, again, at this time of the year, but in the periods that he is out there, is there a different energy with him? Like, do guys know, hey, Derek's here right now?
For my seat, no. For my seat, guys are out there, competing and trying to play their best, snap in and snap out, no matter who's back there. I think we have some other talented runners that they do a good job for us and what we ask them to do. So, our job is to go out there and execute and compete, no matter who's in the huddle.
Last week you got on Kyle Phillips a little bit, some confusion on a route, and then you went back to him later. It looked like the same type of concept. When you have a rookie be able to pick that up and immediately turn around, like how much does that do for the confidence that you're working to establish with him?
Oh, it's huge. When you see a guy, bounce back after a misstep, and be able to handle that and move on and then make the play for you, it's huge. He made another play for me in this 2-minute today. Braves get us the phantom holding call, but he was able to make a play, tight coverage, rip the ball in there. He was able to go up and make a big play for me. So, the more a guy makes plays like that and is able to, make contested catches and get himself open, and if he's not a clean win, I'm able to throw it to him in a spot where he goes and makes the play. It builds a lot of confidence from my seat in being able to throw him the ball.
Ryan, how often do you have interactions like that with Kyle that T was talking about, and has that changed at all during the course of your career, your time here?
It happens periodically, situation dependent, but Yeah, it happens. It's part of it, where I'm going to try to push our guys and demand excellence from our guys, right? Everything's not going to be perfect, but when it's something that we've gone over multiple times and we kind of expect guys to know, then I'm going to try to hold people accountable, obviously starting with myself and trying to hold myself the most accountable out of anybody out there. But from my seat, it's my job to hold our offensive guys accountable and push them day in and day out so that we can be the most effective as we can possibly be on Sundays.
As far as Kyle goes, what have you learned about his maybe attitude, his work ethic, maybe even his way he plays from being around him the past couple of months?
Yeah, he's a shifty guy. I think that's what stands out immediately is his shiftiness. He's able to use his quickness, his lateral quickness, and change of direction to get himself open in a lot of different situations, a lot of different routes. He has a good understanding of finding the open areas and just has a knack for getting open. At the end of the day, that's what you love to see from receivers, one way or other. Whether it's a big, strong physical guy or him as a little bit smaller, quicker guy, using your skill set to find ways to get open. And, he's shown to do that so far. Like I said, just got to keep progressing and keep making plays.
Right. There's days out here where you've been pretty accurate with the football and, been able to get it into some tight windows. How much of that is just your comfort level and how much of that is guys doing the right things on their end to get in the right spot for you to throw it?
Oh, it takes both, right? I think when I have the confidence that a guy is going to go make a play for me in tight coverage, it allows me to rip it in there and trust that they're going to make a play. If you don't quite have that trust, then maybe you don't make the throw or don't trust the throw as much, so you don't end up being as accurate. So at the end of the day, when guys are making plays for me in tight coverage down the field, it gives me a lot of trust to rip it in their direction, and they've shown to make plays. So I'm excited to see where we can take this thing.
And with that, you're taking a lot of shots downfield, and it's pretty accurate there. Is that something by design, or is that just kind of like where your reads are taking you? It seems like you're doing it more than before.
Yeah, I think it's all kind of play dependent and what we have going. I think coverage dependent, right? You might call a bunch of shots and not get the right coverage to hit it, unfortunately. And have had some opportunities to make plays downfield, and guys are making plays. Racey's made several plays for me down the field. He's big, he's strong, he's physical, and he's getting open. So a guy like that getting open down the field gives you a lot of confidence, like I said, just to keep throwing the ball, and hopefully we can keep making plays down there.
You mentioned Racey. Is there something different this year? Because it seems like he's having more impact on practice.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, but I think he's playing with a lot of confidence. He's big, he's strong, he's physical. He's been here for a couple of years now, so he knows what to do and knows what we expect of him, and he's making the plays. At the end of the day, you got to go out there, you got to line up, beat the guy across from you, and make the play, and he's doing that.
I'm not sure I've ever heard you talk about guys making plays specifically for you. And I heard it in the SiriusXM interview you did over the weekend. Is there more of an ownership of the offense for you personally with this group this year?
I don't know. I take ownership every year, but I keep saying the same thing. It just gives me a lot of confidence when guys are making plays. I think early on you're kind of giving guys an opportunity, right? They haven't had the opportunity to make a play, especially some of the young guys. You're giving them opportunity, and if they make the play, then you give them another opportunity, and then you kind of build that confidence. Even if you don't make every one, you get that confidence that they're going to make more than they don't. So at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Like I said, beating the guy across from you, and if QB gives you a chance making a play on the ball, and from our seats as quarterbacks is, if a guy has shown to do that, it's our job to get him a ball in a spot where they can go get it.
If a guy doesn't do that, say you give him opportunities and he doesn't make plays for you, as a quarterback, do you feel the authority to almost go away from that guy as opposed to a guy like Racey who you keep going to, or Kyle who you've been going to more?
Yeah, no doubt. I think that's pretty universal, right? Whether it's basketball or football, if somebody's a hot hand and is continuing to make plays for me, then you're going to try to find a way to get that person the ball. If it's basketball, someone's shooting and they're on fire, you're going to try to keep feeding that person, keep getting them shots. So, yeah, I think that's definitely a factor.
It's the days when you
practice field. How anxious are you to watch, see what he can do on the game field if he can make a transition Thursday night?
It's important, but at the end of the day, I believe our guys that, we're in competitive drills out here, full pads, playing the game. We're not playing full tackle, but there's collisions, there's contact, and if you can show me that you can make it out here on the practice field consistently, I have a lot of confidence that they'll be able to make it in the game.
Do you miss the days when you would get a reasonable amount of work in the preseason, or do you like just saving it for the regular season right now?
I try to take advantage of every time I get to step foot on the practice field. You know, I think we get the opportunity to come out here almost every day, you know, besides the off days, and it's important to take advantage and use every day that we get.
Presumably, you'll get a few less live reps over the next handful of days as you go around this first preseason game, the day after recovery day and all that. What does the offense need to do in this time when you may not get as many reps?
Yeah, I think we're going to be working some situational reps the next couple days. So I may not be as intense physically, but mentally we have to be on top of it. It's things that come up, you know, once a season, twice a season maybe, and when they do, you got to be able to be effective. So it's going to be important for us to be able to lock in and take advantage of the opportunity to rep these things. That way, if they do come up in the season, we can nail them.
How have you seen Westbrook Akina kind of grow into his role over the last couple of years?
You know, Nick's consistent. You know, I think you look at from day one a guy coming in and being the same guy each and every day. And I think obviously his role has grown over his time here. I think his confidence is up, and he's playing some really good football. I have a lot of confidence in him right now. But he's a guy who's smart. He knows every position. We can put him at X, F, Z. You know, play special teams. Really just a utility player for us, and allows us a lot of flexibility on offense to change the personnels, move him in and out. He has size, he has length, he has strength, he's tough. So he has everything we're looking for in a football player, and his ability to move from position to position creates a lot of opportunities for us.
Ryan, you've been through a lot of camps, obviously, in your career. Has there been anything different about this one for you personally, anything that stood out? You know, how you're playing, how you approached it, anything?
I don't know. You know, I try to approach every day with a intention and a purpose to get as much as I can out of the day. You know, whether it's leading the guys, pushing the guys, pushing myself, trying to get something out of each and every day. I don't take for granted the opportunity to come out here and work and to get better and push the guys around me. And it's a lot of fun for me to have these conversations with our guys and then have it show up in a team rep or a 7-on-7 rep, and we make the play. You know, that gives me a lot of energy, a lot of juice, just knowing that, hey, I see something on tape, I go to a guy, have the conversation, next time it comes up in a practice rep, we're able to hit it. So just seeing that happen several times over the course of this camp so far gives me a lot of confidence of the ability to be able to take that throughout the season, seeing something on tape and be able to translate it to a game rep and making a play.
Are you pushing these guys harder?
Yeah, I think so. Probably so. You know, I think I'm trying to push these guys each and every day. Like I said, don't want to take any day for granted out here, but I'm going to try to push them and get the best out of them, as well as myself. You know, I'm pushing myself, trying to get the best out of myself. So if we can all do that, if everyone who steps foot on that field can push themselves and the leaders can push the guys around us to get the best out of everybody, we're going to be a really good football team.
Ryan, one more on Racy. If he can continue to progress like this and translate that, what would that mean for this offense? That'd be a little bit different element than you guys have had?
You know, I think it'd be awesome for us. You know, I think Racy's ability to stretch the field and then, you know, adding the other things that he can do underneath for us, just size, strength. He's catching the ball really well, and that confidence to go make the play when the ball's in the air is everything. So adding another weapon for us, you know, that maybe hadn't been accounted for beforehand is exciting for me and exciting for this offense that we have another playmaker we can use.
Ryan Tannehill, Titans starting quarterback, giving his thoughts on Monday about the preseason and the training camp that he's had so far. He's played pretty darn well at training camp, and again, looking to bounce back from a bad performance against Cincinnati in the playoffs last year, as the Titans were one and done after being the #1 seed in the AFC playoffs. Now, we talked about our next guy we're going to hear from at the top of the show, but what a thrill it's got to be for Theo Jackson Played his high school ball here in Nashville at Overton High School. Played his collegiate ball in Knoxville for the University of Tennessee. Gets drafted by the Tennessee Titans, his hometown team. He talks often about how his family loves the Titans. They've gone to Titans games for years. Theo Jackson gets to put on the Navy and Columbia blue uniform with the fireball on the side of the helmet and play for the Titans. Here's the rookie defensive back Theo Jackson talking about making his NFL debut.
How exciting is it that it's game week around here?
It's very exciting, and then for me, myself, I'm very excited because it's my first game, so it's a big thing for me. So, I'm just preparing to go out there and do what I've been coached to do.
Is there a balance between, obviously you're focused on yourself out here, making sure you're locked in for the training camp part of it, but not thinking too far ahead to Thursday night?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just taking it day by day. I'm just trying to learn everything I can and, go out in the game and play with what I've been coached to do.
What do you think that moment's going to be like when you walk out there on the field on Thursday?
It's going to be a little bit surreal, because that's what you've been, training and playing your whole life for. So, I'm just going to be something that, I'll love forever.
But once the ball gets snapped, what do you have to do out there?
Oh, go play. Be that kid that you once was in the backyard.
What's the main thing that you want to show on Thursday night for you?
I really just want to show that, competitive physical player, like I always been. I'm just trying to keep that trend going.
Theo, what's the balance between trying to make a play and doing what you're told?
We can't be robots, because you got to go out there, you got to know what to do, you got to know where to be, and then the play comes your way, you got to make it.
And we talked about that physicality. Is that what you want to stand out about you?
Oh yeah, of course. Because you got to send a message.
You got a big crew getting ready to watch this one. Not that they didn't watch EDT, but
I got a huge crew. We got a little watch party.
All right, Theo Jackson, Titans rookie defensive back, taken in the 6th round. Of course, again, from Nashville, played his high school ball at Overton High School, played his collegiate ball for the University of Tennessee, and now will make his NFL game debut, preseason game, for the hometown Tennessee Titans. Pretty cool story. Hopefully he can go out there and make some plays tomorrow night for the two-tone blue. All right, time for another break. When we come back, we'll hear from a couple more Titans players, and we'll switch gears to talk some college football as well. We're going to hear from Tennessee head coach Josh Heupel as the Vols continue their fall camp up on Rocky Top. Stay with us. SportsLine continues right after this.